Yeah, man, I'm kind of in audio mad scientist mode today. I want to play some of these, but I want to listen to them on these. Some new headphones I got in I want to show you. Stick around, let's have some fun. Hi, I'm Bob, and you, my friends, are back in United States of Analog. How you doing out there? I'm having fun here in my studio slash Japanese whiskey bar to bring you these headphones. They are the AER 105s, or 105 AER from Meze Audio. I'm going to tell you all about them in just a second. If you like the content that I do here, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. It really does help the channel a lot. You know, every once in a while, it's just fun to dig out some old gear or gear that you haven't heard in a while, maybe mash up components a little bit and see what happens. This hobby should be fun, right? Yeah, so I was thinking the other day, and that's always dangerous, but I was thinking, what happened to all my mini discs? I actually have this Sony broadcast mini disc machine, and I have some of my mini discs that I transferred some files to, music files to, back in the 90s, I think, maybe the early 2000s. I have this portable MD player, still works great. I thought, well, you know what, put together a little desktop system to listen to these Meze Audio headphones. J2 DAC from my friends at Shelly Labs, and I have this shit audio headphone amp. This is the Heresy. It's one of my favorite little headphone amps. Man, I was reminded how much fun mini disc is. It is so satisfying to pop one of those in the front. It's going to end up analog when it comes out of these fantastic headphones. 105 AER from Meze Audio. Now, they're a great company. I think you can buy from them direct, get their stuff on Amazon. They're in some of the finer hi-fi stores in the country. These open back headphones feel very light. I have a love-hate relationship with headphones. Headphone sound and headphone performance is extremely subjective. We all like different things when it comes to headphones, and we have different sized heads and different shaped ears. What might be a perfect headphone for your neighbor isn't necessarily going to be a perfect headphone for you. So really the only way to know is by getting a pair of headphones yourself and testing them out. So hopefully whenever you buy headphones, you have that opportunity to audition them. A couple other things I wanted to say about headphones in general is I don't like to listen to vinyl on headphones. It puts me too close to some of the things I don't like about vinyl. There's not much I don't like, but I don't necessarily like pops and clicks and the stylus in the groove wall swishing around sometimes. I don't want to inject it into my brain with a really revealing good set of headphones. This is going to compete with things like the Verum Ones, just about any of the mid-level Sennheiser stuff, Audio-Technica stuff. Half of the battle with headphones is comfort. You could have the greatest sounding headphones in the world, but if you can't stand to have them on your head for more than 10 or 20 minutes at a time, what good is all that quality sound? I think they have to be lightweight, not clamp your head too tight, not make your ears sweat too much. Do you want club-like bass or do you want realistic bass? I think these 105 AERs are in that middle ground. Very comfortable, very lightweight, well made, easy on the eyes. The stealthy black color. These present a very clean, clear, bassy, solid, but not boomy sound. I've enjoyed listening to these for the last 2 or 3 months or so, and there's really no end to how long I can keep these on my head. They almost disappear. You almost don't feel them. And I love these velvety kind of memory foam ear cups. I think there's good airflow through here. These are just a pleasure to wear because of this very organic honeycomb design that we're dealing with here. They're kind of modern and vintage at the same time. So let me get some mini discs going, and let me clear off the countertop here and see if we can't get a better angle on these. All right, I just flipped the camera around here to give you a close-up. It's funny because I watch a lot of audio channels, and I've noticed that some of the guys that have massive followings and massive amounts of views don't even appear on camera. And they get 200,000 views, and then I appear on camera and get 10,000 views. So maybe you guys don't like my look. Maybe I should just do more of these, hands on the product type of video. Put it in the comments below. What kind of videos do you prefer? Do you want to see the people, know the people, or do you just want the deets? Put it in the comments below. But we're looking at These 105 AERs from Meze, lightweight open back headphone. They don't weigh a whole lot, and it's a good thing. Meze is a Romanian company, and I think they had something to do with violin making back in the day. In fact, I don't know if you can see it here. There's a medallion on each side. You know, this kind of follows the usual Meze design language, clean lines, textured finishes. The suspension headband, as I mentioned, is very comfortable, and you know, there's a good amount of play here, so these will fit just about any kind of head. And the clamping force, for me, at least for my head, and I don't know if I have a big noggin or a small noggin, but they're just right for me. And I should know, because you know, being on radio, having a morning show, I have headphones on my head about 5 hours a day. When headphones are sweaty or uncomfortable or heavy, I know it, and I like closed back for broadcast. But when I listen to music at home, I want lightweight open back headphones. I don't know, the sound just seems airier to me, and I don't know if that's perception or reality. Put it in the comments below what you prefer. Again, these virtually disappear on your head. That's my opinion anyway. Your mileage may vary. Now let's talk about the sound signature. You're not gonna get that thumping club bass or that, you know, Beats headphone bass that the kids like. But I think we audiophiles have a different take on bass. We want it to be tight, we want it to be solid, we want to have that excitement, especially when we're listening to rock and roll and jazz, but we don't want the bass to knock us out of the room. These are not muddy at all. You're going to get that texture, that, I don't know, you're going to feel the vibrations of the bass strings. You're going to get that kind of level of, you know, low bass detail. The kick drums and snares are going to be snappy. I don't know if these are the fastest sounding headphones I've ever heard, but they're pretty damn good. Now the mids are classic Meze, smooth, organic, welcoming. Vocals are nicely forward. They're never shouty. There was nothing that I heard in my experiments that, you know, wanted me to rip these off my head and throw them in a corner. You love singer-songwriter stuff. You love acoustic guitar, electric guitar. These are gonna be great for you. You know, I have some Sennheiser 650s upstairs, and they never quite resonated with me. They were just a little too polite, and I don't think the Mezes, the 105 AERs, are too polite, but I don't think they're annoying either. They're like a good friend you want to hang out with for a while. Yeah, I mean, to put it in a nutshell, these invite you to listen. The treble is clean, it's revealing, it's airy, it's not fatiguing. Is it super sparkly? No, it's forgiving, and again, you can listen for hours without any, you know, zing or sizzle to take your mind off of the music that you're listening to. Let's put it this way, it's treble you can trust. Somebody else probably said that first. Soundstage and imaging, wide, wider than average for this price anyway. Spacious, natural. It's about immersion. It's about getting into the music. I like to think of this as, you know, you're listening to the music. You're in a room with the musicians, not studying them in a lab. I'm going to show you some specs here, power and pairings, just about anything from your phone to a decent price-appropriate headphone amp are going to power these adequately. If you're building a sanely priced system, whatever that is, maybe it's just a desktop system or like what I have in my bedroom, you know, something at bedside so you can conk off to some really good music at night, these are going to be appropriate. Phone dongle, entry-level headphone amp, decent amplifier with a headphone amp, you're going to be in great shape. All right, who are these for? Well, these are for people that want all-day comfort, clearly, but still want that excitement. So what do you think of the 105 AERs from Meze? Are they right for you? Do you like open back? Do you like closed back? Do you need more bass? You want that Beats kind of bass? Or do you want something a little more realistic but lively? If I had to characterize these $399 headphones, I would say in two words: powerful and comfortable. Oh, and by the way, they also come with this very nice Meze signed hard shell carrying case, detachable cable, and from what I've read, just about every component of these headphones is customer replaceable. So if you have any issue, a driver goes out, you need a new cable, you need to fix the headband, Meze can hook you up. $399, pretty good price for a great set of cans, if you ask me. And I've worn a lot of cans, professionally and personally. And don't forget, if this is something you think you might like, look for opportunities where you can audition these to make sure. Because we're all different and headphones are very subjective. But I'm gonna hang on to mine. And speaking of hanging on, if you've got just a couple more minutes, I've got another video that I think might be of interest for you. It's gonna pop up right here. Now, the geniuses at YouTube have already pre-selected it, so you really don't have any say in the matter. Well, you do, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. You would be losing at life if you didn't click on it right now and check it out. Thanks for being here in the United States of Analog. I'll see you next time. Why am I yelling? I always do that when I put headphones on. Peace.